in order that they come in. Hello. I don't know if that just something. Hey. Okay. Welcome to the Cassidy the Cardslinger show here on My Psychic Connection. I am not sure if you just heard me say that twice because the little live banner just popped up 20 seconds ago and I was here talking. So if I'm going to just do my little intro again, and I'm really sorry if I'm saying this twice, but I want to make sure that I am introducing the show. So hi everyone, welcome to Thursday night, Friday morning, wherever you are in the world. Come on in and say hello. I love to see everybody's names as people are coming in. Hey Kelly with all of the lovely emojis. We got stars and the little octopus emoji and the little what's that, the dove, the flying dove. Super beautiful. But come on in, Colleen's here. Yay, Cassidy. Hey, Colleen. Hi, everyone. Say hello. I love to see everybody. And I was just explaining there. So how this works is I will be doing free 2-minute readings, and they will be taken in order as the questions come in. So I'll ask you to please type in your specific question. We got, who's this? Ishika, hello, hi, welcome. Devin's here. Hello, guys. Look at this. We got a party tonight. Type in your specific question, and if you can, give me a little bit of context. It's really helpful for me to tap into your situation as quickly as possible. So something like what's coming up in love is very general sounding. If you can give me, I get this new job? It is in the field of, insert the field of the job. It matters what we are talking about. Work is not work. Love is not love. People are not people. And if you're asking me about a specific person, please let me know who they are to you. If it's a friend, if it's a romantic interest, something like that. It's super helpful to just dive right in to your question. If you'd like something a little bit longer, we will have the donation link open. It'll be floating around here in the chat, and you can donate for a 3-minute or 6-minute reading, as well as a mini or a mega reading. Both the mini and mega are not timed, so if you really want me to sink my teeth into your question, you can use either of those donation options. The mini reading is for if you've got one question, and the mega is like, I want to know about career and love, and just the mega. It's the mega experience. And we're also doing a really excellent credits system. So as donations come in, we're going to be keeping track, and you will be able to use your points towards free readings in the future, which is super exciting. That's brand new, fairly new. I don't know. It's been around at least for the last couple shows this week. But guys, this is so nice. Hello. Hi, Jennifer. Everybody rolling in. Things I don't read on. Have I said this yet? I don't think so. We will not be touching legal questions. No, how will my court case go? None of that. No medical, including pregnancy. No pregnancy predictions. No when will I get pregnant. That is not going to be slung across my table here tonight. I'm also not a psychic medium, so if you're looking to connect with the loved ones you have on the other side, I will direct you to the other amazing mediums that we have on this network. And the next show will be tomorrow is Journey and Friends at 8 o'clock Eastern. So if you want to connect with those folks, make sure you're checking that show out. And I also don't do, death predictions, birth predictions, the transition points of life. We just leave those. We leave those be. But apart from that, I'm super happy to dive into whatever anyone wants to know here tonight. And all donations do skip the line as well. If you're, if you don't want to be patient and you just want to jump on through, the donations will give you that VIP service, as the Groovy Brown Goddess says. I love that so much. So guys, let's do a deck check. I don't actually have that many on my table here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I got 11 on my table. And I think about another 6 or 7 on the what is this, small table beside me. So got lots of cards here. I'm going to be slinging away, answering everyone's questions. Where do I want to start? Let's start with this deck here. All right. And then stick around, because I'm also going to have a very interesting little game going on. It's the same game we play here all the time. And you can have a chance to win a reading with the most absurd deck in my collection. So sorry, hope that wasn't too loud in everyone's ear. I'll be ready to get going and take my first question, please. We've got Gemma. Hi, Gemma. It's so lovely to see you, my dear. Gemma asks, Adam has mostly female friends, both in the UK and the USA. He's very sweet and kind to them. A few have a crush on him, which doesn't surprise me. But should I be wary or concerned about him with this? Okay, excellent question. Beautiful question. I've got context. I know who we're talking about. We want to know, should she be concerned about any of these people? Beautifully worded question. Gemma is a pro, folks. So let's take a look if I can see anything in the cards about what you should be, or should you be concerned about any of these female friends that he has. Okay. This is comical. This is beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to just say here, all of the cards that have come up on my table that represent women or females are all reversed. I have the Star reversed, the High Priestess reversed, as well as the Devil, the King, or sorry, the Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups reversed, and the Six of Wands reversed, just in case you're interested. This is kind of like, so I mean, even just looking at this Four of Cups, it's come up in reverse. It's like, it wouldn't matter if any of these lassies was showing up in a scantily clad dress with, you know, just looking rather fine for themselves for the evening. It's just like not open for business. No, I've got the High Priestess and the Star. And I can see probably why you're asking this. These women might be, you know, on the surface, maybe look like his type or be very attractive women, even a bit flirtatious and kind of kind, a little too kind, you know, than women should be to a man who is in a relationship with someone else. But this Devil and the Four of Pentacles, it's like, try me. Try me, ladies. Not that he's saying that. He's not saying that. That's me just trying to emphasize the barrier and the wall he has put up against any other women coming into his life and into his heart in that regard. The Six of Wands, it's like he's a one man at a time, pardon me, a one woman at a time kind of gentleman. He's just one at a time. One at a time, darling. I'm not seeing anything here in these cards that you have to worry about. So thank you so much for your question and for your trust with your question. I hope that was helpful. Rebecca, hi, darling. Rebecca's here with the octopus emojis and the hearts. Guys, come on in. If you're just tuning in, please go ahead and post your specific question and share me out, folks. If you've got friends that you think could use a reading, or you know, you don't want to say the thing to them, so maybe you need me to say the thing to them, please share me out to far and wide, you know, friends, family. We are loving reaching new people and growing our audience all the time. So, and if you're listening to me, because we are streaming on over 180, I don't know how many now, but at least that many platforms. If you're listening to me where I'm just audio and you're thinking, wow, I want to type in a question, I'm going to funnel everybody over to the YouTube channel. So just go on YouTube and type in My Psychic Connection and you'll see my floating face and the little red live button on our profile. You can also find us on Facebook, but YouTube just works so well. I mean, wherever you're at, you know, come on in. We will take your questions from all of these. Yeah, I think questions come from 8 different platforms. So please be patient as I am working through. And I'm shuffling the cards in here. Guys, I'm so excited. Thursday nights are just, I'm always so excited for Thursday nights. And it's the 13th. So it's not quite Friday the 13th, but we are the 13th nevertheless. I want to come back to, though, with Gemma's question and just... maybe this is a good time to just throw this out there because it's something that I'm, you know, quite passionate about, and it kind of gives me a moment to sprinkle this into the conversation. And I guess I'm just going to bring up the concept of respecting other people when they are in a relationship and the way that we carry ourselves when we are in a relationship. I'm not in the business of, I'm never going to tell you what to do, right? I'm never going to preach one way or another. I'm not here to change people's minds, but I will always seek to provide information and other ways of thinking about things. And it's just something I've had the conversation with friends before in the past. It's like, at least for myself, you know, I will carry myself very differently when I am in a relationship and I am hanging out with a friend who is also in a relationship. Like, why is there just not this beautiful unspoken rule? I'm going to say between women, but between anyone. Like, if we all just loved and respected each other enough to not push those boundaries with whoever's partner, I mean, I could just go all the way off into that. It's something I'm very passionate about. But if we all worked to hold each other up, we'd be unstoppable. We all would be unstoppable. Nevertheless, I'm ready for my next question, please. I am so excited for this tonight, guys. Colleen is here. Hello, darling. Colleen says, hi, Cassidy. When I go to the Miami airport tomorrow, should I take an Uber or should I take the Tri-Rail train? Let's take a look at that. Great question. We've got a option A, option B situation. Should you take an Uber or should you take the Tri-Rail trail? Let's take a look at the Uber. How does the Uber look on the Rain Trail? Train. All right. So the Uber situation. If you want to go Uber route, give yourself plenty of time. Cards I have, I've got the Knight of Swords reversed and the Ten of Swords reversed. And it's like, I think they're going to go ahead and get you there, but I'm concerned about how quickly they can get you there and the backup. This to me just looks like, in a car related context, like we're hitting traffic, there's something in the way and I just cannot get you where you need to go as quickly as you need to get there. So budgeting a whole whack load of time, I don't mind the Uber option, but if you're counting on that being a streamlined opportunity to get you there, I'm not liking that one a whole lot. The train option, so here I have the Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit reversed. That option seems to me, I would say that's a bit more reliable. This is quite a reliable card. This here, Seven of Pentacles, it runs on a particular time. You know where it goes, where it's stopping. I'm not seeing any delays or issues in that regard. With the Hermit reversed, it might even be fairly quiet, except for other people. You might even, pass other people who are on your flight, kind of a thing. It's like when you go to travel and you keep running into people all the way on your journey. I see that in that regard. So my dear, I'm going to say I recommend the train rail option over the Uber, unless you're giving yourself a ton of extra time, then that Uber can open its doors. They open its doors back up to you. So thank you for your question, my dear, and good luck on your travels. Have a wonderful trip and safe journey to you. It's exciting. I myself am feeling the travel bug. I like to travel a lot. I like to travel. She says, okay, perfect. Thank you so much. You are so very welcome, dear. Have so much fun. Any other travelers in the house? Anybody here also really likes to travel, and I don't care where you want to travel. If it's, I'm talking anything from afternoon trips, day trips, weekend trips to, I'm saving for this vacation for a year type stuff. Let me know if we've got any other travelers here. And if you are someone who likes to travel, or if you're just from an area you're very happy that you get to live, do you want to just let me know in the comments where comes to mind as some of the best places you've ever been? I'm talking either a city or a country, or because I'm over here planning my next trip, and I think it's going to be a fairly big one. This next one coming up. I'm hoping to get away for maybe 5 or 6 weeks. We'll see if I can make that happen. But I'm always interested to hear from other travelers and other people. We're an international platform. There's people that are listening to this show from all over the world. So if you love where you live, Rebecca says, I will be traveling a lot soon. Yes, I love that. Oh, hey, Energy's here with a bunch of thumbs up. Let me know, what are your travel destination hotspots that have stuck in your mind and stuck in your heart from one traveler to another? I'd love to hear what people have to say. All right, guys, I'll be ready for my next question here, please. Shuffle my cards in. Mahesh, hello. Mahesh says, hey, Cassidy, how should I approach that Muslim girl who used to look at me? All right, my darling. If you are here, have you had any other communication with her, or is there any other developments? If you're here and you want to let me know, I'm going to look into this either way, but I'm just so curious. So your question was, how should you approach her? That's an excellent question. Ooh. Oh. All right, let's see. Guidance for you. Hello. Yes, you are here, my dear. All right. Interesting. Okay. Well, the first card that had flipped out while I was shuffling, Mahesh says no communication yet. Okay, that makes sense. First card that flipped out while I was shuffling was the Ace of Cups upright, which is why I was like, oh, ain't that quite precious? So to me, it feels like there's already a sense of you either haven't been able to forget her, or she's kind of always come back on your mind, making your heart feel a little bit jittery when you think about her. Like there's a bit of a connection here that has not been rooted or established. As you said, no communication yet in the real world, and that makes sense here to my Hermit reversed card, as well as my Four of Wands in reverse, as it's like, whenever I see a hermit, oftentimes in a relationship context, it's like, well, it's a solitary individual. But moving along, how you should approach her. I'm getting very gently. I'm getting very I'm getting very gently, and this is, I've never given this advice before. I would say indirectly, if you can. I've got the 10 of Pentacles here in reverse as well, where it's like reaching out to either her friend group or her family group, or like introducing yourself to the people she surrounds herself with is going to be a way into her life that she'll trust you a lot more. With this King of Pentacles here, it's like, it's just anyways, I hope that was helpful, my dear, but that's interesting advice though, and I don't think I've ever really given that in a reading before. But what I'll say, you know, to anybody, that's just another, he says her brother. That's a good place to go. Yeah. But to anybody really out there who's who, that's interesting, right? Like, I don't know, I'm a very big proponent of, oh, Norma says, I love to travel, lived in Puerto Rico and love it. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Energy says, I love Hawaii and French Polynesia these days. I love where I live by the beach. Oh, God, that's so wonderful. This girl says, and the bartender said, we don't serve your kind here. A time traveler walked into a bar and the bartender said, we don't serve your kind here. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's great. Thank you guys for those suggestions. I love all of those suggestions. I've been to Hawaii. I've never been to, there was another one. I can't remember what it was. The one that Norma said. I hadn't been there, but it sounded absolutely lovely. Puerto Rico, thank you so much. Yes, I've never been there, but that is quite high on my to travel list. But let me just roll back in here to like advice or guidance from, you know, from another perspective. When you're trying to meet someone, building rapport with the people around them to kind of come in an indirect way, that's an interesting approach. You know, I'm interested in meeting that person, so maybe I'll get to know their friends or their family, or, you know, if it's in a work context, surrounding yourself. Vash says that helps a lot. Thank you so much. You are so very welcome, my dear. But think about that, folks. Add that one to your toolbox. If you're having a hard time directly communicating with someone, and no, I am not speaking to stalkers. If you're stalking someone, don't do that. But if you are someone who's, you know, interested in getting to know somebody, it's kind of a neat, different little avenue to consider. Squirrel says, I love Japan. Oh, I'd love to go to Japan too. Oh, and you know what? Anybody else here travel? I would say, I don't know, like at least 60%. It's definitely over 50% of the reason I like to travel is for the food. I like to eat all of the delicious things. Like, yes, the experiences are exceptional and the culture and the everything else that comes with traveling is top drawer, but the food. I went to Greece last year and the feta still lives in my mind to this day. Rebecca says Japan is on my list too. Yes. Okay. I love this. I love hearing, hey, look at all the travelers we've got going here. Journey says Key West, my home is amazing. Oh, okay. I have never been to Key West either. This is going to be really fun. I'm going to go back and, well, because I'm not taking notes now as I'm here running the show, but I'm going to go back and rewatch this episode and take these notes down and like make a little dots on my map from where people have said to go. This is really fun. Ishika says Japan's definitely on my list, and Rebecca says I'm going to Germany, France, Switzerland in October. Have so much fun. Take pictures. I want to see and hear all about it. Kelly says Maine was lovely and the food was delicious. Oh, wonderful. And Squirrel says I lived there for 3 years. I think she's talking about Japan, right? You live in Japan. Squirrel has had the most fascinating life. Anyways, we could go into that, but let's get back to the questions here, folks. I'm ready for my next one, please. All right, Ashika, hello, says, hey, do you see S pursuing our connection or taking any action towards it? All right, my dear, let's take a look at what I see between you and S. I'm going to assume this is a romantic connection. If it's not, let me know, but that's where I'm going to go with this. So do we see S taking any action? Let's take a look at this. Okay. Interesting with what's going on with S. Huh. Okay. Well, this individual, the first card I laid down, we've got it back here again. It has come back upright. I have is the Hermit card. So, and the connection between the two of you is here. I have the Five of Swords. She says it is. Okay, thank you. there is an unequal power dynamic here in this relationship because the card I have on your side is the Hangman. So it's kind of like you're in a position where you're waiting for him to reach out, or I'm sorry, I don't know their gender, but you're waiting for this person to reach out and, do something where you're in a position where you're kind of waiting to hear from them. I'm feeling like the ball is very much so in their court, but they're not actually doing anything with said ball. In fact, the ball could perhaps be this star here in the lantern, and it's just kind of being held in the balance, shall we say. Do I see them actually making any moves? Well, they're planning on it, but I don't see them actually following through in the short term, my dear. I've got the Lovers reversed, Two of Wands reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Nine of Wands reversed. This person can't get you out of their head. The level of connection between the two of you is something that has imprinted on their mind such that they're thinking about you quite a bit, I will say. The Lovers reversed, it's like, I don't know if you've already had some, shall we say, elevated level of romantic connection. I'll just finish my sentence between the two of you, but it's, in the short term, not quite yet, my dear. So I hope that was helpful. And if you want to go deeper on that, do let me know. We can jump back into that one. But yeah, I mean, it's a frustrating thing. Well, I mean, I don't want to cast. Okay, here's where we can say our words help shape our reality, right? So if I was just going to say the thing I was going to say, which was it's frustrating when we can't do anything, you can roll with that narrative. But at the same time, I talked about this a few shows ago. It's like when we cast curses or cast spells on ourselves, where it's like it's kind of the similar mentality of someone says, if it's raining tomorrow, I'm going to be so upset. It's like, why would you attach your sense of peace and happiness to something that's entirely out of your control? So in a similar fashion, where I had to stop myself there from saying it's frustrating when we can't do stuff, while I still think that's true in many cases, and especially for the doers among us that like to fix things, move stuff along, progress things, for those of us who have that inclination, it's also helpful to remember the liberating aspect of I can't do anything about this, right? There's two ways you say it. I can't do anything about this. Or there's I can't do anything about this. Same words, same situation, perspective you're looking at it. Good reminder. I need that one myself a number of times throughout the day, and you just saw it happen live. Folks, we have come to the part of the show where we're going to play a game. Yay! It's game time. So if you are new, welcome to game time. And if you're just coming in, I'm still going to take questions, so you can go ahead and put your specific question there in the chat. But how this one works is I have a standard deck of playing cards. There's 52 cards here. It is numbered ace through 10 of the 4 suits, which is hearts, spades, diamonds, and clubs. Shika says, thank you. It does make sense. Awesome. Thank you so much. And you're very welcome. I'm glad that makes sense for you, my dear. So the game, yes, 52 cards. When I say go, we're going to turn on the timer for 2 minutes, and I want everyone to try and guess which playing card I drew before we started the show. It can be a nice little intuitive exercise for you. You can try and see within yourself if you can guess which card it was. And if you're not getting anything intuitively, just go ahead and type. Even grab your own deck of playing cards and see if you can pull the same one, perhaps. But there is no limit to how many guesses that you may have. You can just type as fast as your little fingers can take you. And I just need to know what your card guess is. So again, it's ace through 10, and then jack, queen, and king of each of the suits. So I'm going to say go. Start typing in your guesses. And if you guessed the card that was drawn before the show, which I have in front of me here, you're going to win a reading with my absolutely absurd, ridiculous deck. Yes, look at it, says go. Awesome. The guesses are coming in. Folks, type as fast as you can. And, type as though a ridiculous reading depends on it, because in fact it does. So while you guys are typing in your guesses, and I'm so excited to see them all. Here we go. They're floating in. The lineup that we have, folks, is just exceptional on this network. We have shows 5 days a week, every single night of the week, Eastern Pacific time, at nighttime, afternoon time. And I just hope that you guys are checking them out, because the readers here are just They're amazing. The next show after mine is going to be tomorrow night, which is Journey and Friends from 8 until 10 Eastern time. And guys, I'm going to be there tomorrow, so make sure you come back tomorrow night. I'm so excited. Then we're going to start over again next week with Journey Ryan live at 10 o'clock on Monday, as well as Destiny K, but that's the next day. Monday, Journey Ryan live at 10 o'clock. Tuesday, we have Destiny K Love and Light at 7 o'clock. And then Wednesday, we've got a really stacked lineup. Actually, Wednesdays kick a lot of ass too. We've got Psychic Gigi, the Groovy Brown Goddess, with Happy Hour at 9 o'clock Eastern, as well as Journey Ryan at 10 Eastern, and Squirrel Whispers from the Forest at midnight on Wednesdays. And then Thursdays, we're back to today's lineup, which is Destiny, Divine Love and Light at 7 o'clock Eastern, Journey at 10, and myself, Cassidy the Cardslinger, at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So, guys, keep these guesses coming in. I don't think we've seen it yet. The folks in the back are a dream team, and they will be here to catch it if it comes up. I hope it does, because, you know, working with that deck is always an interesting experience. But go ahead and, you know, keep typing all of the fun things in. All right, guys, I am just having so much fun here tonight. I don't know. I don't think it came in. No. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for playing. This was a wonderful game. The card of the night was that. Oh, energy. Okay. I think you still win, because I think there's maybe like a couple seconds lag. So there's a very good chance that her guest came in before the bell. Jack of Spades, energy. Folks, round of applause for energy. Congratulations. I'm so excited you won, my dear. This is so very exciting. Okay. Energy, my darling. We have a winner. We do have a winner. This is so much fun. All right, my dear. Energy. I know you've been here before, my dear. How this one works is you can give me an area of life that you want this reading to be. This is the only time, folks, that I will ever lay cards without a question and context on my table. If you have a specific area of life you want me to sling these cards about, I'm very happy to do so. Otherwise, I will just lay the cards and see what ridiculousness comes out here tonight. And we are going to be using, because folks, the donation tonight are actually all month long. We're donating to the Plant a Tree Foundation in celebration of Earth Month. And it's a really, really excellent cause that, you know, guess what? They plant trees, which we always need more trees for all of the good that they do for the ecosystem and for the environment. So with that in mind, with Earth Month in mind, the spread that I'm going to be doing with said ridiculous deck is the 3 R's: recycle, reuse, and reduce. So how that one works is the recycle thing is something that you have that you need to pass along. The reuse, it's like, okay, this thing either needs to be revived or given more attention in your life. And reduce is, well, reduce, get rid of this particular thing, or, you know, scale it down is what I'm trying to say. Woohoo! Energy says, awesome. All right, energy, my dear. I'm going to just go ahead and see what the cards have to share for you here. What does energy, asking said ridiculous deck here, need to recycle, reuse, and reduce in her life using these cards? This is a very, very chunky deck. It is, I don't know, 90 some cards. And we've got them here, folks. All right. Okay, good. Nothing wildly inappropriate here tonight. Thank goodness. So, position 1, what do you need to recycle? So pass this along. Here I have the floppy key. Energy says, would love to see about the way forward for my business. Okay, I think this is actually going to apply. The floppy key. Hilarious. Okay, so pass this along, something that you need to, you know, move right along. And I think business context still works here. So the floppy key, this is something, and in my mind, I'm seeing that this key at one point was not particularly floppy. I am thinking that it has become floppy over time. So something to pass along in regards to your business. What is something that, it was a key, right? It is a cornerstone. It is something that you built your business, your brand around, that you're just finding it's not performing like you needed it to. It just has gone a little bit limp and it's not opening the right doors for you. Recycle it. So I don't think need to get rid of it entirely, but this particular thing, like I said, a key component of your business that has started to fade and not open the doors you're looking for it to, that needs to be recycled, changed into something a little bit more exciting, my dear. Reuse. So reuse this thing. What is that? Okay, so this is a coffin full of tacos full of snakes. Okay. Oh my goodness. So give more attention to this particular thing. In terms of your business, I'm seeing this as like a coffin full of tacos full of snakes. You can't make this stuff up. In fact, this deck creator did. So to reuse, like I said, with your business context, I'm seeing this as like resources and like tools. And I'm not just sitting here as the card slinger saying like use your cards more, because I mean I don't need to say that, but it's like other tools, and they don't even necessarily be like a crux part of the business, not necessarily divinatory tools or that level of things, but it's like, I would say more particular. Oh, Journey says, Energy, I know what Cassidy's talking about for you in this reading about your business. We talked about it. Very cool. It's very neat, folks, if you're watching these shows and you're like getting readings with the readers, how they all kind of string along and string together. Anyways, so giving more attention to this thing, a coffin full of tacos full of snakes. I would say a combination of things that has not been put together in a way that has been palatable or useful thus far, but giving it new life. That's what I want to say. So think about that, because I know this is a little bit general, and this is why I don't do these types of readings, but apply it as it fits with this absurdness. Okay, and reduce this particular thing. Energy says makes sense, the hands-on healing side. Love that. Okay, reduce this, less of this thing. I have the guru. So here's what you're saying, the hands-on healing side. All right, I'm not saying this is saying to reduce your, I'm not saying to reduce the hands-on healing side of thing, but I mean, you could see here, we've got the guy with his hands on the face. Reduce the guru. I think at the moment you need to take a step back from learning from outside of yourself, reading more books and taking in information from not necessarily gurus, but like teachers or other people. It's like at the moment, taking in more information is blocking you from seeing things that you can come to yourself. So I would say take a little bit of time. So reduce the number of sources that you have that you're taking on for information, and see for yourself, my darling. So thank you so much. I am like, this deck is just something else. Thank you for playing the game, everyone, and massive congratulations to you, Energy, my dearest. I'm so glad that you won. Thank you for coming tonight, everybody, and I'll play that game again next week for everyone's entertainment and enjoyment. And I always threaten for that game to use a different deck. I'm not threatened, but I've brought it up, and folks seem to like. Okay, the bottom of the deck, we have the Toilet Angel. Folks, I can't. This is going back on the shelf until next week. Rebecca says, wow, I just love how these cards pop out to you and you read them so awesomely. Oh, thanks, darling. I appreciate it. It's a really good time. It just gives me something to laugh about. Energy says you were spot on, looking at it in a new way. Score one for ridiculous deck. And, the gurus. Goodness me, folks. Well, anyways, congratulations again, Energy. I'm going to get my other deck here shuffled in, and I'll be ready for my next question, please. We've got Devin. Hello, Devin. Devin says, my question is, did my nephew mean to hurt himself? Okay, my dear. So I am hoping that this question does not have to do with a physical harm level of nature. So if that is the case, of course, I'm not going to be able to go into the specifics of that portion of the question. But I am happy to just kind of take a look at your nephew and what's going on in his headspace, and, try and get a sense of how he's seeing things and his particular reality at this point in time. So let's take a look at what's going on for him. All right, so the cards I have here, I've got the Three of Pentacles reversed, the Page of Swords upright, and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So, okay, with what's going on with your nephew, I feel like he's got a lot coming in that he's trying to almost shield himself from or push up against, push people away. It's like he needs to, or he's trying right now in his mind to just combat anything that's coming from anything that's opposing what he's wanting to do or how he's trying to live his life, the choices and decisions that he's trying to make. It's like, it wouldn't really matter if someone offered him a level of advice or guidance or something that was an excellent fit. It's just, I feel very closed off, very, I would say, defensive and combative when I'm trying to look at what's going on for your nephew. And he might even be this might be manifesting as like pulling back just kind of on a blanket sense and not looking at individual, I'm having a problem with this person, problem with that person, or whatever. It's just kind of like, it's all feeling a little bit overwhelming and trying to be on that defensive and make that dang bell. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm seeing going on for him, and I hope that everything's all right on his end. But when people tend to pull back or get on the defensive, it can certainly just point to, they need a different level of support, or they're really not being understood. And again, there's no one size fits all for advice for how to handle these people, because some folks genuinely need time on their own. Of course, others need a more active level of support. But anyways, I digress. Thank you for your question, my dear, and I do hope that was helpful. All right, guys. Rebecca's saying, oh my God, Colleen, I love this Wedding Crashers vibe. Do it. Okay, Wedding Crashers, like the movie, when that film came out, man, did I watch that thing over and over again. It just, it's like, that is an absolute classic of a show. Those two guys, man, dynamic duo. An incredible cast in that movie as well. Yeah, I really like that show. Anyways, awesome, guys. I'm having a great time tonight. Please do make sure you are subscribed over at our YouTube channel. Like I said, on My Psychic Connection, go to YouTube and type in My Psychic Connection, and you can hit that little subscribe button so you can check out all of our shows that we've got Monday through Friday. And in the meantime, folks, if you're ever interested in getting a reading one-on-one with myself or any of the other readers that you see here, just go to www.mypsychicconnection.com, where you can get personal, private, one-on-one sessions with the reader of your choice. So, guys, with that said, I'll shuffle my cards, and I'm ready for my next question, please. Folks, we have a donation for a 3-minute reading. Colleen, my darling, thank you so very much for supporting the show, for supporting myself, and of course the Plant a Tree Foundation. That is the charity of our month this month. So thank you, my dear. Colleen says, this will sound... Okay, wait, hold on. Before I read your question. Yeah, I need to switch decks for this one. I can feel it. I can feel the cards burning a hole in the table. Colleen says, this will sound funny, but I technically am not invited yet to the wedding I'm flying to tomorrow. Girl, it's coming. Okay, do I get on the train to Miami Airport? Even I haven't heard yet. Time is tight. Okay, let me read this one again. It's for my head. Okay. This was happening. So you're not invited to the wedding that you're flying out to, but okay. Do you get on the train to Miami Airport even if you haven't heard back yet? Okay, let's take a look at this. Girl, I love this. I see the Wedding Crashers vibes situation coming up here. All right. Do you get on the train even though you have not heard yet? Like when you say haven't heard yet, like from the bride or the groom, like this is absolutely fascinating. Do you get on the train? Let's just see what the cards are saying in this regard. Oh, yeah. Yeah, girl, you should go. Okay, but it's going to be, I think, an interesting ride. Khalees always was my favorite movie. All right, this is not going to be a journey, a travel that goes smooth, like necessarily smooth, seamless. I have the moon and the six of swords in reverse. So it's already kind of like, and I feel like these might even start bumping in soon. Like you might get, I'm not seeing a massive delay necessarily, but like, oh, your flight's been changed by a minute. Oh, the gate was moved. Oh, your boarding pass needs to be like it just, I see you being messed about a little bit on the ride to go there. But should you go, I have the 7 of Cups in reverse. So to me, this card just right now is screaming like Like there's no option not to. You know, I feel like a part of you has already committed to this thing. This Page of Pentacles, someone in particular is expecting your presence, or it's like you've sent a level of investment to someone to let them know that you're on your way. And then I have the Magician card, which is like, does this not just kind of look like Vince Vaughn a little bit right now? Showing up to this wedding and having an excellent time. I love this. I mean, okay, I will say as well here, don't show up empty-handed. I'm not sure that you would, but I'm seeing just a little nudge here to, you know, show up to this wedding as an invited guest. Are you waiting to hear back? To me, it looks like are you like a +1 type situation? Journey's saying don't forget to bring a gift. I'm seeing that 100% here. Don't show up to this empty-handed. And I don't know if you're saying you're waiting to hear back from someone. You're not waiting on a text from the bride. This looks like a +1 type situation, or like, you know, is there going to be room for me type of thing. Colleen says, ha ha ha. Well, it would be a +1, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I see more, as opposed to like you being a named invited guest. It's like this person was invited and you get to go with them type of a thing. Colleen says, not bride, a friend maybe. As in like the person you're waiting to hear from? Let me just see though if you're going to actually, one sec, I got a quick question here. If you're going to even hear back, it's like by the time that you get the green light to just go ahead and go into this wedding, it's almost like it would be too late if you waited till that time to make your move. You know, you already are traveling, whether train, flight, you're already making a massive journey from one place to another. And it's like by the time that text comes through, that phone call comes through that says, you know, show up, it would have been too late if you hadn't already started to move. So I am seeing what I will call a little bit of a bumpy road to get there, but I'm seeing it worth your time. Make sure you have a gift that come up like a couple of times here. And yeah, don't necessarily wait too long. She says, okay, so get on and go and trust it. Wild. Yes. I don't know that I'm ever going to not see Vince Vaughn here. I don't know if I think that might be a thing. My goodness. Amazing, darling. Thank you so much again for your question and for your donation. And folks, that is what a 3-minute donated reading looked like. Kelly says that would be epic. You will have a tale to tell after that adventure. Yes, she will. Yes, you will. It's like, I mean, those are the moments. And I have had, I mean, we were sitting around the other night talking about different travel delays that we've had. And my favorite thing, like it's unfortunate when it happens, but if you're ever flying out of Europe or the UK or the EU, I believe both of those have the same transport regulation laws, if I'm not mistaken, and they mess you about, i.e. delay your flight a number of hours, they owe you a ton of money. Like I've flown home and I've gotten, $600, $700, $800, $900 because my flight was delayed 4 hours or 5 hours and then I missed a connecting flight. So when you're traveling, folks, make sure you know your rights. As a passenger, even in the UK, I was taking a train and it got delayed like 45 minutes. And I think I got 45% of my train fee back. But there's always just a little bit of paperwork involved. Anyways, I am always going to advocate for hanging on to all of your dollars and getting all of them back when they are owed to you. So there's my finance public service announcement here tonight. Rebecca says, we want to hear the tale. Yes, we sure do. Absolutely. And Audrey, I saw you pop in. Hi, darling. Thanks for coming. Is a blast, guys. Thursday nights are so much fun, and I would be sad as we're rounding the corner on the show here, but again, tomorrow night 8 p.m. Journey and Friends is such a fun show, and I get to be there tomorrow, so I'm super excited, guys. Make sure you're there. That show is at least 2 hours long, and taking questions, slinging cards, and just having the most excellent time. So let's keep this moving. I'm going to shuffle these in, and I'm ready for another question, please. We've got Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. Jennifer says, hello. Can you tell me what's going to happen in my love life this month? Okay. Jennifer, you're teetering on a general question-ish there in terms of my preference. You've given me a time frame, so I'm okay to roll with this. But let's take a look. And I don't know, Jennifer, if you're here, if you you are single and looking or what your situation is. But if you have any additional information, please let me know. But I'll see what the cards have in stock. I don't think you're seeing anyone based on the card that just flipped out there. But let's take a look at what we see. When you're saying this month, all right. So I guess within the next couple of weeks here, I'm going to just reshuffle that because in my mind I was thinking 1 month from today, like over the next 4 weeks. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at that. What do we see for the next month? For Miss Jennifer. Oh, all right. Is there a situation going on, my dear, involving, I would say, an ex, a past partner, or something that never once was that is hanging on? Like, to me, the first card I have down here is the Ten of Cups reversed. So it's almost like mourning or getting unattached from a previous connection at this point in time. And to me, that's kind of showing like it's still going to continue to be the theme over the next week or so here. But what I do find interesting is I've got the Seven of Cups coming here as well for over this next month. So that's like surveying the options. Actually, you know, if you are actually in this moment where you're pulling away from a connection that you've lost or there's been a recent breakup, this seems like a shift to, okay, I'm actually ready to look at something else, at an option that is going to be potentially better suited, but just seeing what else is out there. Whereas at the moment, it looks like you're a bit closed off to these potential opportunities. Next cards I have here, I've got the Two of Cups and the Five. I'm sorry, my dear. I have totally run out of time, but I hope that that was helpful, and thank you very much for your question. I certainly wish you good luck over the next month with your love and your love life. So, all right, what else do I want to say, guys? I'm just having so much fun tonight, and now I've got Wedding Crashers on the brain. The song is going in my head. I mean, this is just way too much fun. I absolutely adore these Thursday nights. These good and shuffled here. I'll be ready for another question here, please. Kelly, hi, darling Kelly, with all of the emojis. And guys, please do send me some emojis. I like to see my screen light up. You know, floating here on the side. Send emojis, send hearts, send octopi, octopuses. I don't know, all the good things, guys. Emojis just lighten up the chat. Kelly says, will I find a place for the kids? Will I find a place for the kids and I to live, please and thank you? All right, will you find a place for the kids and I to live? Let's take a look, my dear. What's going on with Kelly? All right. My goodness, this beautiful Hermit card energy that's just floating around here tonight. So, at the moment, this is quite interesting. I have the Hermit card and the Two of Pentacles upright. So it's kind of like it's been put across your table. It's your responsibility to be the one to go out and find the next place that you're going to be living. With this Two of Pentacles, I feel like you're weighing out, almost like, you know, reading this card straight up, weighing out where it is that you actually want to go, trying to really understand what your budget is and what I say corners can be cut. What are your non-negotiables? It seems to me like I'm in searching phase, but I also still, at this moment in time, don't have 100% clear picture of either the limits of my budget or what exactly it is that we're looking for. The next card I have, moving on out of those two, is the Three of Wands. So the first thing I'm seeing here in terms of will you find a home, I'm getting a yes because my string here actually ends with the Ten of Cups, and you said with the kids. So, you know, quite literally, little house on the hill with the children there. But the Three of Wands to me is suggesting some level of a move that might be a little bit farther than you're initially expecting. It's kind of like I'm here and it's over there, or I'm here and it's over there. Anyway, please forgive me. It just is like where at this moment in time you're thinking is the perimeter of kind of what area you want to live in. To me, it seems like just beyond there, you know, like in The Lion King where he says, everything the light touches is our kingdom. Just on the end of where the light touches, I feel like you will end up finding a place to live with you and your kids. So that is what I have to say for you, my darling. I'm very excited for you. But, you know, just I would say you continue with your focus where you're at right now, with understanding your particular situation as best as you can. And I know you will. Kelly has got this Virgo energy. It's so beautiful. I have always said Virgo is what I want to be when I grow up. That energy gets stuff done. Virgos need to be running this world. I mean, I am here for it. Virgo for president. My goodness, guys, this has been such a wonderful evening, and we are just cruising right along. I hope that everyone's April is actually off to a good start, because I know that a lot of folks do celebrate the new year with the full moon. Sorry, the first new moon in the Aries. First Aries new moon. Guys, I am just tongue-tied here tonight. Rebecca says, we Virgos rock. You Virgo too, my dear. Karina says, me too, Cassidy. LOL. This is awesome. Yeah. Where was I going with that? Yes, the month. So if you are in fact one of those folks like our wonderful Journey Ryan who celebrates the new year, I hope your year is off to an excellent start. Springtime is such a beautiful, fresh, new energy, and where I live, we've got cherry blossoms that bloom this time of year. You maybe only get them for a week or two, but they are just absolutely beautiful. And then when they fall off the trees, it kind of looks like snow. And anywho, absolutely gorgeous, folks. So I'm going to shuffle these in, and I'll be ready for my next question here, please. Norma. Hi, Norma. Norma with the good travel suggestions. Norma says, hello, what will happen the next 2 months in my love life and getting a trike? All right, my dear, I'm going to just focus on the first portion of that question here, as we've only got a couple minutes, but let's take a look at what we see, any movement going on in Norma's love life. This card's nice and shuffled here. Journey saying, Happy New Year, everyone. Yes. All right. How do we see Norma's love life here over the next couple of months? All right, my darling. So taking a look at this situation and where it's at the moment, I want to say in recognition of, I can actually see work that you're doing in this regard to try and change your romantic situation. I'm getting the sense you're looking for a partner. I'm not sure if that's true, but please do let me know if you are here. The first card I have down here is the 10 of Wands in reverse and the 4 of Pentacles. So it's like, in a sense, these cards work in a dynamic way together, where one of them is quite reserved, keeping to themselves, but this 10 of Wands is saying to me, but I'm actually working towards this goal of, finding a partner or finding someone to spice up said love life. Where I see this going over the next couple of months, I'm going to be honest with you, I actually do see a new connection forming here. I've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Devil reversed, as well as the 8 of Pentacles upright. So to me, it's seeming like, well, the work that you're putting into this does end up paying off. So however it is that you're putting yourself in positions to find and meet people, I see one actually starting to take root. With this Devil reversed, Norma says, yes, I hope so. But, I will say, don't give up. Don't change course, because what you're doing is going to work. But I think you could, I will say, zhuzh it up a little bit. If you can put a little more effort in, I'd love to see this 10 of Wands in the upright position, because when that, I'll just say more generally, the more we pour into stuff, the more we tend to see pull back out of said things. Not all the time is effort matched, but in this regard, and in many cases in life, folks, what we put in, we do tend to get out. So thank you so much for your question, Norma. I hope that was helpful, and I certainly wish you all the best over the coming months with your love life. Folks, we are rolling into the last question of the night here. I can't believe that this hour has gone by in an absolute flash, but never fear. The next show, again, if you missed me the first couple times, tune in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for Journey and Friends. That show that just is the best way to wrap up your week. An excellent party. And if you don't have a wedding that you're crashing and you need somewhere to go, come and hang out with us and get some readings. And it's just such a good time. It is so much fun. So I will, I'll be ready for my last question here. Who have we got? Carlos. Hello, Carlos. Carlos says, will I be able to attain my spiritual goals? Oh, that's a lovely question. I'm going to go ahead and switch decks on that. This deck. Will Carlos be able to attain his spiritual goals? All right. Let's see what these cards have to say. Ah, cool. Nice. All right, Carlos, my dear. The card I have here from my Oracle deck, it says breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. So I feel like kind of a similar message to what I was saying there. You're actually putting in the work, energy, and effort to make these spiritual goals happen, as opposed to someone bringing this question to my table, wishful thinking mode. I can pick up on the energy you're putting into this. The Oracle cards here I've got the mushroom, I have the book, I have the wheel, and I have the factory. So I quite like this. This mushroom phase to me is, especially in contrast with the book, is it's like the mushroom phase is I'm learning things on my own. I would say, well, self-study, I'll say. Not particularly with no other inside or outside influence or help. It's kind of like I see you in a dark room, reading your book, growing, doing the things that you're looking to do. And I like where that's going to be taking you, because the mushroom in the book turn into the wheel. So when you're asking, are you going to be making, reaching these goals? What I see here is a progress towards that point. The wheel, especially in this context, moving out of this mushroom book phase where it's like I've been putting into this, studying, learning, trying to get a really clear understanding of what I am trying to achieve. And then this wheel is saying, much like this breakthrough is at hand card here, both of these are pointing to, okay, now you're going to start seeing some changes, some stuff, I would say, pump up in your life, especially in this regard. And with this factory card here too, I don't know if this has an element of moving into a professional space or sharing this, either publishing something yourself, but some level of industry related tied to your spiritual goals. That's what I'm seeing longer down the line. So thank you very much, my dear, for your question, and I hope that was helpful. I need to use this deck more often. I love this little one. This is a very tiny little guy, but it packs a powerful punch, shall we say. And Kelly says thank you. Kelly with the Virgo and the hearts. Or, sorry, not hearts. These are the little hug guys. I love that emoji. I love that emoji so much. It's like someone's reaching through and like trying to hug through the screen. Guys, we have cruised to the end of the show. Thanks everyone for being here. I've had so much fun with everybody this last hour. Thursday nights are so much fun. They are a great time. And if I didn't get to your question, again, check us out tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for Journey and Friends. And if you can't make that show, which I think you should, definitely check out our whole weekly lineup and make sure you're subscribed over at our YouTube channel. And you can catch all of our weekly shows with a little bell. It'll tell you when we're live. And you can, never miss any of the juicy goodness that goes on here at My Psychic Connection. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'm wishing everyone a beautiful rest of their evening, rest of their day. And I am Cassidy the Cardslinger signing off, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Mwah.